What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the TCG Empire YouTube channel. Today we are doing Trash Deck Thursday. Now, as I say, with One Piece, there are no real trash decks. It's more so just trash matchups for the deck of the week. So we did play Whitebeard this week, and we're going to be playing the Film Kid list that was basically designed to beat anything red. So it's the same list that we showcased last week. Again, let me hide the face cam just so you guys can see. It's a little bit different. 3 Izo, 4 Usopp, 4 Chopper, 4 Nami, only 1 Frankie. I changed the list a bit so that way I could fit the 4 Barts. 4 Brook, 4 Monkey D. Luffy, 4 Zoro, 4 Bart, 4 Bonnie, 4 Scratch Minapoo, 2 Basil Hawkins just for the matchups like Zoro where they flood the board heavy. Then we have 4 Paradise and 4 Punk Gibson. So overall, this deck was designed to really beat anything red. So that's what we do today. It's a very good game. As always, if you guys enjoyed today's video, smash that like button, subscribe, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the gameplay, and after that, I will catch you guys in tomorrow's Final Standings Friday. Alright guys, so we are playing Edward Newgate. We're going to see exactly how we can get our turns to go. We are being forced to go first, which is kind of awkward, so we're going to have to see exactly what we can do. And we do have a good 3 curve. We want to play the Usopp, which we will. The only issue is that we can't really attack into the Edward Newgate, so we're going to really have to figure out what we can do and possibly draw a good amount of cards in order to make this curve worthwhile. So we do have the Brook, so we could Brook into the Bart, swing 6, and then restand. I don't really see that as needed though, because I could go, I want to be able to Punk Gibson this Atmos in case he swings with the Edward Newgate, but it might actually be better to establish the board. But I think that's what we'll do. So the first thing that we'll do is we'll do a 6K swing, and then we're just going to play the Brook into the Bart and pass, because the Bart allows us to restand some characters, and we do actually have a lot of combo in hand, and being at 7 Dawn we can actually make some turns work a little bit better. So with him going second too, we actually have a good chance of getting damage through, so we can't get the secondary effect from the Whitebeard. And with 2 Punk Gibson as well as 2K counters, we can actually make some good use of the hand that we have. We have a lot of counter potential. We just need to make sure that we kind of set it up how it needs to be set up. So he is going to swing 8K, which is a bit interesting. So we'll take the 8K swing. He can attach here and go 9. So he chooses to go 7. Now the 7K, I think we're safe to take the 7K. And we can KO one of our opponent's rested characters with a 4 cost or less, so we can actually get rid of the Atmos so we don't have to deal with it. Okay, so now we're here. So we are at 7. We could play Nami. Nami might be a good play. Nami will put us down to 3 Dawn, and then we can do a 6K swing and still have Punk Gibson left. So I think that's what we'll do. Let's see. We can grab the Brook, or we can grab the Zoro. I think we'll just grab the Brook. Brook seems like a good play. And then we can go 6K. We need to try and get as much as we can through. Looking at this next turn, we're not in lethal range. So he is going to be at 8. So we still technically have 1 turn to make everything work how we want it to. And we can make him burn some cards in his hand, just due to the sheer board presence that we have. So there's the guard point, so that's fine. We have enough 2Ks in our hand that we should be okay. Now he is going to be at 8. The Bart, I'm going to force him to swing into one of these. The Brook can go into the Bart, which kind of would make the math a little bit awkward. You know what? Let's restand the Usopp. I wish we did have a Monkey D. Luffy though, but it's not the end of the world. We do need to try and get 1 more point of damage through. So there's the Ace. Now Ace is going to be able to KO the Brook, and then he has a 6K swing as well. but he's going to have to turn a lot of his cards sideways, so I'm not too worried about that. The Nami is going to be able to swing here, and then he has 2 swings to go here. So he has to be at 1 life or less, so I'm not too worried about that. That's just going to be a 6 and a 7k swing. The 7 we can take, the 6 we can block, so let's see. So the 6k, we'll just block that, go to 7, and we actually have a lot to work with. So the 7k we're going to have to take, unfortunately, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so we do get the Zoro. Now we can swing with Nami. Let's see, that would put us to 7 Dawn left. We had 3 to work with after the fact if we want to keep 2 open for Punk Gibson. So I think that's fine. What we're going to do first is we're just going to swing 5 and we'll use her card action. We got the Luffy, which is good. So the Luffy actually lets us play a blocker down, and then we don't have anything open for the Punk Gibson though, which kind of makes things awkward. I think the best course of action here is to, we have 4 Dawn to work with, so we could do a 7k swing, force a card, do a 7k swing, and then go from there. So, because then that would dump 3 cards out of his hand. If he plays the Edward Newgate, he's not going to take a life, but he will only have 4 cards in hand, assuming that he combos 3, plays the Newgate, and draws for turn. So then that turn is when we can play the other things. So we'll do a 7k swing just to get him to burn a couple cards. And we do have enough combo power in our hand where we should be able to block enough, so I'm not too worried. So we can do a 7k swing. So he chooses to go 9. He used a 2k, which means that he's going to be reluctant to do it again. We do have to spend 3 Dawn. That was a misplay on my part. I'm just going to leave the 2 open so we have the Punk Gibson available. And then we can tap something like Nami or anything else that he decides to play. The Moby Dick is active, so it is going to make math a little bit harder, but it's nothing too hectic. So we'll just have to see how this goes. If he doesn't play the Whitebeard this turn, we do have a 12k into 12k. Okay, so he plays the ace. So thankfully, there's a 2 into 2. As far as the Nami goes, there's 2 into 2. I'm gonna just discard a 1k just to let this live, because in the off chance that he chooses not to block it, we should be okay. So he goes 8 into 2, that's fine. Now he has 3 Dawn to work with, there's 9 into 2. And then there's a 9 into 5. Let's see, with that, can we take this? Can we win next turn? We can do a 12k swing. So that would be, he's going to take a card. If he has a 4k and a 4k, that blocks the 12k swing, and then a 4k plus a 2k, and then a 1k, so he can survive. So I think with this, we are going to have to say no blocker. Looking at the defenses, though, he's going to have a lot more Dawn to work with as well. So I think what we're going to have to do is we are going to have to, we'll take it, see how the rest of this goes. So he chooses not to do anything. Now we can have a blocker, and then we can have a 7k swing into here too. But I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to just have to go for it. Let's see, if he splits his Dawn, these are 9k base, and then this is an 8k. So if he splits his Dawn and goes 3, 3, 4, that would be a 12k. That would be a 12k, and then that would be a let's see, 3, 3, 4. So that would be 4 there. So that'd be a 12k. So the 11, we go 9, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we go 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we don't have enough to out combo the rest because that would be 7, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, our best bet is to how to do this. Our best bet probably is to honestly just go 12 into 12 and see what he has to dump. So there's the 10, there's the 14. So he has one open. So I would put him to 10, that'd be 12, and then 13, 14. So we're just gonna have to hope that we can go for it. There's really no other better scenario that we can go with. So there's the 10, 11. And our opponent says GG. And just like that, we win. Now, again, that was reluctant. Probably shouldn't have worked out that way. Those two cards were dead cards. But again, when you're going for game, you kind of have to hope for worst case scenario. So he did have the 3 radical beams, which was essentially very tough to deal with. That was really the best we could make, and thankfully it worked out. But overall, thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Again, as always, it's not trash deck material, just is a trash matchup. So catch you guys in the next one.